Kennesaw State head basketball coach Antoine Pettway returns to the three-point line. You're on Marching to Madness. The Owls have won 3 of their last 5 games and are 5th in Conference USA, where 6 teams sit within 3 games of the lead. Coach, it's a pleasure having you back on.
Oh man, thank you for having me, Ken. Man, I always enjoy getting on here and talking some about basketball with you.
Sure, thank you. Yes, and the Owls are 11-2 at home, and you've won 3 of your last 5 games, and even the 2 losses in there by were 1 possession.
You win possession games. Yeah, that's the margin of victory is so small. Within these last 5 games, I thought we played really good basketball except for 2 halves. And those 2 halves have cost us the game, in my opinion. So, the first half versus Middle and then the first half versus Sam Houston. So we gotta fix it. We gotta come out and guard the way we've been guarding the rest of those games and, get quality, efficient shots. But I think our guys are in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I studied numbers, your record, your schedule,
Hmm.
statistics. So, what do you have to do to get like these shooting percentages back off 50%? Because I know 3 of those games, I think you were over 50.
Yeah, yeah, no, we would love to be over 50% from the field overall. And I think it just, it helps when when you're guarding at a high level, when you can defend and now you can go get some layups in transition or some open shots and you can run and, play broken floor situations without, the defense that's loaded up to you. But when you're not getting enough stops, sometimes you got to go against set defense. And in this league, like some really quality coaches, some really high level athletes that can defend at a high level. So, we just got to clean up our defense even more and then fight for a paint touch and efficient shots on offense.
Hats off to freshman Adrian Wooley, 9
For
times
real.
the Conference USA Freshman of the Week. He did it
Yeah.
again
Yeah.
here for February 17. He's a major story, 3rd in Conference USA at 18.5 points, while backcourt mate Simeon Cottle is
Yeah.
4th in the league at 18.1 points per game.
Wow. Wow. So we got 2 of the top 5 scores. Definitely, we rely on those guys for, to carry a heavy load on the offensive end and also ask them to guard some of the best perimeter players on the other end. So those 2 dudes are everyday dudes. They fit who we are, what the style of play we play. Like just super excited to be their coach and proud of both of those dudes. And we got 5 more games left. Like we want to finish strong. We want to be in all 5. We want to try to win all 5 if we can. So that's our mindset, 1 game at a time. But we got 5 games left to make some headway.
Both of those players know the 3 ball game well. Simeon leads in attempts, is 2nd in made threes, and shoots 89% from the free throw line. Adrian picks up his 9th, like we said, Freshman of the Week award this week.
Yes, no, he's played a heck of a season. I think he's one off the record. 10 is held by Charles Bassey that played at West Kentucky, who was a 5-star recruit that came to West Kentucky under Rick Stansbury. So if he's able to get one, and we got 3 more weeks in the regular season left, so he's got a chance. 3 chances left to kind of break the Conference USA record. But I'm so proud of how he competes every single day in practice, what he does in the game. But also proud of, he got like a 3.8, 3.9 GPA. That dude is just an everyday dude. He's a champion on and off the court. And, we're blessed to have him at Kennesaw State.
I know you guys are also the transition offense. And of course,
Mhm.
coming from Alabama there, I know you were with Nate Oates a
Oh, yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
So the question is, how much of your philosophy did you kind of learn under him and then other coaches that
Yeah.
challenged you in that regard as well?
Yeah, no, I was able to the 4 years I spent with Nate Oates, man, I learned a tremendous amount. And we try to play as similar to them as we can. We don't have the 6'10" 3-man, all that kind of stuff. Like, he's done a great job making that like a premier place for top prospects to go. But to a lesser level, like we try to play fast, we try to play efficient, hold these dudes to a certain standard as far as getting into the gym, and a lot of that came from him. I was able to work with a bunch of great people when I was at Alabama. Anthony Grant, Nate Oates, Avery Johnson, Mark Godfrey, like like a bunch of great head coaches, but also great assistant coach. Brian Hodgson over there, Arkansas State, Charlie Henry at Georgia Southern, John Perford, Tennessee Tech. Like I can name the list goes. Scott Pospickles, he's in Texas. The list goes on. Yazir Rose, assistant for Indiana. I can just name guys that I was able to learn from. And like I said, iron sharpens iron. So, I was able to learn from the head coaches and the assistant coach. So, man, I've been blessed to be surrounded by some really good men in
Talk
my coaching
about,
career.
oh yeah, definitely. And I was going to get you to talk about your role when you was a point guard or a shooting guard there at Alabama.
Yeah, yeah. As a player, I played a little bit of combo guard. I started as a walk-on. Grew up, rooting for the University of Alabama basketball team. I would watch Robert Horry, Hollywood Robinson, Trail Sprewell, people like that, and then go out in my yard and try to imitate them. You know what I mean? When I was at a young age, so I got an opportunity to be a walk-on there. I took the opportunity, performed good enough, practiced hard enough to get a scholarship the next year. Shoot, it's from there, man. God just works in mysterious ways, man. I've been able to, we go to Elite Eight as a player. We went to Sweet 16, #1 overall seed as a coach there. Recruited some major guys and was able to, parlay that into a head coaching spot here at Kennesaw State, man. And I'm so blessed and I'm so excited to be here. Like, this is just a wonderful, wonderful place. I tell everybody it's like a sleeping giant. But I don't think it's sleeping anymore. Like, the word's starting to get out, man. This is a special place. And I think the sky's the limit for, the future, the potential of this place here at Kennesaw State.
We mentioned Adrian and Simeon. They are scorers. They combined for 27 of the Al's 62 shots per game. Two players, and this puts extra pressure on defenses when you have two players who score like that. And do you see defenses ever change according to what you looked at on film?
Yeah, no, all they're like Conference USA, as good as the players are, the coaches are even better and even more dynamic. Like they are always making adjustments. And when you have two guys that score as well as those dudes, they're changing matchups, they're changing defenses on us, but those guys are equipped. We try to prepare them as much as we can on anything they may face. And so when they go in the game, we feel like they have less hesitation, they play with more confidence because they've been prepared on, what we pretty much trying to do.
Interesting starting lineup as Braden Liu and Jamil Miller are also freshmen who
Oh yeah.
score the ball and find shots.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got to be one of the youngest teams in the country. But it's something to be said about that. These guys know the standard. We feel like we can mold them into what we want them to be. But starting three freshmen, I don't think there's a lot of programs in the country doing that right now.
No, not at all. And you look at your team, the way you guys play, it's a frenetic pace, like we're saying, like Alabama, and it puts eyes on TVs, which Conference USA, you see more and more games, I think each year. Talk about the competitive nature of the teams that you find in here.
Oh yeah, no, this is one of the best leagues in the country. I think it got voted eighth best league in the country. We got a great team coming in with great coach UTEP, then New Mexico State with Coach Hooten. You look up there at Liberty, you look at La Tech, like it's no easy outs in Conference USA. Like the competitive spirit, like every game, it's been really, really close. A lot of these places. So yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Ricardo Wright gets a lot of minutes in a row. How he fits into the guard position and how often you might go with three or even four guards given your opponent.
Yeah, no, it's all matchups based, but Ricardo Wright is picking it up right at the right time. He's playing some really good basketball for us. This last week was probably his best week, back to back games. He came in the La Tech game and kind of like extended that thing and made it go for us. So if we can get him going, and he can become, be what we know he's capable of doing, he adds another weapon to our team. Now you got a third guard that's he can go for 20 if it's on any given night too with his scoring ability.
You out rebound your opponents by about seven. and 222nd in the country with 13.2 assists. So the playmaking on this squad is one of its biggest veins, arteries, hearts, something in medical production that I probably would have failed.
Yeah, no, I think we can do an even better job. Our guards are some of our better scorers, and I think as we continue to knock down shots, stay in the gym, make the right plays, you'll see our percentage of off assists go up. If we make more shots, so I think that's gonna happen. My guys in a good groove. They're at home. They've been working their tails off. Yeah. No, I'm excited.
You guys average 28 3-point attempts per game. That's one of the top in the nation. 3-point attack. Is it in transition first, and then you have a bevy of plays to find those? How does that come about?
No, we take what the defense gives us. We try, like you said, it's all analytical now, but like we want to play basketball as well. So,
Sure.
if a guy has an open mid range, we tell him take it. You know what I mean? But we want to attack the rim. We want to put pressure on the rim. And we feel like the more pressure we put at the rim, the better our shots gonna be on the perimeter. So it's been great. It's been great. We play a fun style of play. I think that's why we're able to attract the Adrian Wooleys, the Braden Lewis, Jamil Millers, and I think that's why Simeon sells the way he's doing. But like it's an exciting brand of basketball with a pro, background in it or whatnot. So we just want to go out there and play the right way. Free throws at the rims, wide open threes, and open mid-range shots for our best shooters. So that's kind of what we preach and that's kind of what we practice on a daily basis.
Yeah, Ramon, he's from here in Tampa, played for Slam Tampa, which is really well known here. Talk about bringing him over and his ability to grow within your program now.
Oh man, he's been great. He's been awesome. He's just an awesome kid, just an awesome person first and foremost. That's like a champion off the court as well. So like just been blessed. He adds athleticism and like size to that position for for his when he steps on the court for us. But he's a young freshman that has a learning curve that we needed him to accelerate because like he's gonna be asked to play minutes going forward probably. So but I'm just proud of him, man. He does a great job. He always got a smile on his face and he works extremely hard.
Two matchups here at home going into the weekend. Your first is against UTEP. The Miners come over.
They're extremely well coached team, older team, veteran team that plays hard. At the point guard spot, I think they got the reigning freshman of the year from last season, and he's plays extremely hard, gets downhill. And then they got a couple guys on the perimeter that can make shots, which makes it important to keep him out of the lane. And then they got a three-headed monster at the five spot that really hurt us down there at El Paso. And their best player is probably the Frazier guy at the fourth spot. That's I think he's a George Mason or George Washington transfer, but he's a dynamic inside outside threat. So we got our work cut out for us. But this is why you play in Conference USA. This is why you do the things you do. This is why you work as hard as you work to compete with guys like this.
Last thing, Coach, like I told you, I currently live here in Tampa Bay, so I cover the Bulls as one of my teams here around Florida. And I got to know
Florida.
Coach Mir almost immediately. Such a tragic passing before the season. Out up at Kennesaw State, how did he fashion the program which helped for you to transition in there as a head coach?
He laid the groundwork. We just like to say, like we just standing on his shoulders, standing on the shoulders of a giant, and he was a truly a giant with how he treated people, how he carried himself on campus. When I tell him when I came in, he had developed a great culture of work here, a great overall culture. So we just wanted to continue it and bring the guys in that could continue, to help, continue his legacy. But what he was able to do here at Kennesaw State, what he was able to do at South Florida it's minor to the type of man he was. Like you dealing with a dude that tried to help every single person he ever came in contact with, and he touched so many people's lives. So, like we talk about him as a coach, but him as a man is just was just tremendous to even know him, to know him was to love him, know him was to respect him. But like just what he was able to accomplish here, man, second to none. He's a true legend, man. And, his name's always, we're gonna always honor him here as long as I'm here, as long as this basketball program is going because of the things he was able to achieve here. But man, everybody that knew Amir loved and respected him. And like you try to work to be that kind of person that had that kind of impact.
Antoine Pettway, these Kennesaw State Owls coming to a TV screen near you, and you better turn these guys on because they play the game. They're my type of fervor. Coach, good luck in Conference USA, and let's see what happens here down the stretch.
I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you too.
No doubt.